Now I would like to invite Dr. Joy Iളമൺ, the Director General of KILA.
Respected dignitaries, friends and fellow travelers. Can you have the PowerPoint? So, I will just straight away go to the part which is yet to be covered. It is about capacity development. And in fact, when we are discussing about the preconditions for decentralization, capacity development becomes one of the key things. And for People's Plan campaign in Kerala, it's about fiscal devolution campaign and the pressure created from below through the campaign. But then we are all talking about People's Plan campaign being the fulcrum for developing strategies and actions for participatory planning. But I would say that major contribution of the People's Plan campaign is about the system, the way in which the capacities have been created, which has not been talked about much. The whole campaign is all about developing capacities. Next. And it actually involves all kinds of stakeholders, not just the elected representatives, the officials, the people, all kinds of things. Basically, it is about developing capacities to function. And we have different components of capacity development. But next, ഞാൻ ഈ പറഞ്ഞത് മുഴുവൻ ജനകീയാസൂത്രണത്തെക്കുറിച്ച് നമ്മൾ പറയുമ്പോൾ ആസൂത്രണത്തെക്കുറിച്ചാണ് പറയുന്നത്. പക്ഷേ ആ ജനകീയാസൂത്രണ സംവിധാനത്തിലൂടെ നമ്മൾ വളർത്തിയ കാര്യശേഷി വികസന പരിപാടികളും കാര്യശേഷി വികസനവും അതാണ് ഒരു പക്ഷേ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ ഹൈലൈറ്റ് ചെയ്യപ്പെടേണ്ടതാണെന്നുള്ളതാണ്. അതിൽ there are also several things which we are talking about, but the entire process of People's Plan campaign in the capacity development, it was not just about creating awareness, knowledge, skills and other things. It was also about introducing the politics of decentralization and local governance. Next. And as I said, if you are talking about the capacity development, we are talking about multiple actors, various levels, national, state, local governments, officials and elected representatives and the civil society, which means it is about a wide range of actors which we are actually approaching. But then, let's be very clear, Rome was not built in a day. It's history which we need to study, and it starts from all other things, especially the land reforms and the relations and the literacy movement, many others which have contributed to where we are now. And this capacity is built on these aspects. Next. So we will say the 4 stages basically. One is the campaign, then the transition, then the institutionalization, and towards the Nava Kerala. Next. Campaign, next. Many of you know this. This is the kind of system or the methodology for capacity development. Such a massive scale was built here. Now it is actually being spread across the country and world, where this phase-wise, cascading, sector-wise training, handbooks, and all kinds of terminologies which we use now were all contributions of the People's Plan campaign started in Kerala. Next. Finally to the Panchayat campaign also. But so what I say is that this whole People's Plan campaign developed an innovative model for massive capacity development through cascading, phase-wise and decentralized training system. Next. And the transition. From the campaign, KILA steps in. And there is a capacity development strategy. Then there is a decentralized training system. Actually, the KILA took over from the campaign cell. And in fact, from then onwards, under the leadership of Dr. Balan, who came in from the Panchayat, and through Dr. Ramakandan, who came from the campaign cell, KILA was instrumental in taking forward the capacity development activities. Next. And then came the program called the CAPDEC, Capacity Development for Decentralization in Kerala, where this trainings from top, experiences created, developed from the grassroots, and the platforms for interface which has happened. Next. I'm just running fast, but because some of you know also. But then the institutionalization phase starts. So we campaign transition to the institutionalization, where a training system is in place. That is a key thing. And there is also a now well acknowledged training planning management system, TPMS, through the e-governance platform. And then there are also the field studies, the documentation, the partners and partnerships, because nothing can be done alone. So we need partners and partnerships. And then finally, KILA has also ventured into the Institute of Public Policy and Leadership, which properly provides postgraduate courses also on all these aspects. Next. And we should also understand this, the local government associations which we have in Kerala is again another great platform for developing capacities by themselves, and the local government commission actually came in to make the system more vibrant and institutionalized. Next. But now I am going into the Nava Kerala thing. Here we are, where most of the things which we do are all now under the domain of the local governments, which means capacity development also has to work on all these lines. So tools have to be different, methodology comes in, the trainings come in. I am just listing out what are the things which have been developed in Kerala or we are taking up forward through the capacity building actions, especially the ISO certification of local governments. Every Gram Panchayat and Block Panchayat in Kerala are ISO certified, and then localization of SDGs and new avenues in urban governance. Next. And the local action plan on climate change. See, 260 local governments have prepared local action plan on climate change, disaster management plan, the disaster and climate action tracking rule, and the risk-informed master plan, and of course the extreme poverty identification is a massive capacity development initiative, I would say. Next. And the challenges, plenty. Lack of support systems for the local governments is not just trainings. How does one plan and do? Spatial dimensions in planning, database planning which was discussed, and the pedagogical challenges. And of course the capacity of the capacity development systems including the institutions which provide capacity, develop capacity. But as Vijayan sir said, for the 2018 floods or in the COVID times, it was not the trainings which mattered, it was the own capacity development of the local governments. And finally, issues change from time to time, we need to adapt to it. New roles and responsibilities for the local governments, need partners for capacity development, future capacity development strategy be redesigned. We cannot go like we are doing now, and the pedagogy has to be changed and the tools have to be changed, but next, we shall overcome. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.